Okay, it's Luxury Fred, and this is the 2019 Buick Envision all-wheel drive Premium 2. This is Buick's crossover SUV, or kind of mid-size small crossover SUV, and I'm going to give you a full review and driving video of this car today. I'm going to show you the inside, I'm going to show you the outside, and then I'm going to talk about what it's like to live with the Buick Envision for a week or so and drive it around under normal circumstances. I took it to the store, I took it on road trips on the freeway, all those kinds of things. And that's what I do with all my reviews, is I give you a real world look at what it's like to live with these cars, whether it's a Buick like this or whether it's the Rolls-Royce Cullinan that I had last week. Before I keep rambling on, let me stop right now and ask you to please subscribe to my channel. I have lots of great luxury car and luxury travel content. I post new videos every couple of days, and for those of you who have subscribed, I really appreciate it. And if you haven't, all you have to do is just click the subscribe button, and then after you do that, if you click the little alarm bell, then YouTube will also notify you whenever I upload a new video, which is usually every couple of days. So before, I think this is a good time, let me take you outside the Envision and let me give you a look around the outside. So looking at the outside of the Envision, I like it. You know, nothing much better or worse than other, you know, little crossovers. I think the inside is really where it shines, but, you know, it's got a nice profile to it, and good proportions and good lines, I believe. Looks good from the front, and looks good from the rear, too. Okay, so now let me give you a look inside. This car is, again, the Premium 2 model, which is the top of the line, so to speak. So we have these leather appointed seating surfaces on the seats, which I believe means the part that touches your back and your butt is leather. Okay, so inside, very nice fit and finish with everything. You know, everything just is well put together. It's easy to use. Everything makes sense. As I mentioned before, you get a really nice array of luxury features and things like that. So we have our main display here, not configurable. You know, those are physical dials with some digital stuff in the middle. Over here you have your lighting controls. This does have a heads-up display. Seat memory over here. You can program the rear tailgate down there to open a certain amount when you do it. I love the fact finally that Buick is putting the remote, you know, open button there inside the car. I did have a Regal that didn't have the inside hatch release, which was strange. Over here you have your Cruise control, this does have adaptive cruise control, which is very wonderful. You have your infotainment system controls over here, and then everything is controlled on this single touch screen up here, where you have the different car functions, your navigation, and then interactive features, texting, online weather, things like that. And then you can see the other things there. So camera. And this shows we have the, the rear camera and the kind of overall camera up there. And basic radio, parking assist over here. Finally, another thing. Finally, Buick allows you to turn off the auto start stop feature of the engine. For a while there, you didn't have a button to do that. And then, again, nice fit and finish with everything here, with this kind of ebony wood grain, you might say, on the dashboard, on the doors. You have an old school clock there. And you got a big moonroof. That is an option on this car. What else? 9-speed automatic transmission here, pretty self-explanatory. You can also downshift and upshift with this switch on the side. And you got this butterfly center console, which is rather big, with your USB and your phone connections in there. And now let me give you a look inside the back seat. So we have a roomy back seat. I think that's something that you definitely get with this crossover. Nice room for 3 people, up to 3 people. But if you got 2 people back here, it's really nice and really comfortable. And then if we hop in to the back seat, you can see that you have your own climate controls back here. You also have a standard power outlet, and then your USB inputs here. But again, you have your separate controls back here. This can also be synced to to match whatever the temperature setting that you have up front is. Seat back pockets here, and it's roomy, but I'm not a really tall guy, so I don't have the seat really far back, but it's kind of, I do have leg room back here, but the seat is pretty much in my face when it's, kind of in a reclined position. Just FYI. And then you do have a center console here, and then you can kind of see into the cargo area back there. And let me show you the configurations. Again, on the doors, you have this nice kind of wood trim panel, and nice fit and finish on everything with the contrasting stitching there. So rear seats go down 60-40, pretty easy. Just fold down like that. Excuse my towel there. And then you can see the other one folds down. If we go on this side, so we have a handle down here. Pull up the handle, seat comes down, and then we have access to the back. So for the tailgate, we have multiple ways to open it. We have a button there under the logo. You can use the button on the key fob if you push that twice. And then it has one of these automatic hands-free tailgates, where if I simply, because I have the key in my hand or in my pocket, if I wave my foot, so I can never figure out what I need to do to open this. So let's shut the doors now. Let's try this again. It worked before, trust me. So if I wave my foot, there we go. So I guess when the doors are open, it won't do that. So again, you just wave your foot under there and it opens for you. And yes, you can, after you put stuff in there, you wave your foot again. I said you wave your foot again. You wave your foot again. Anyway, I can never get this to work when I'm doing these videos. It has worked where I've waved my foot under it and it closes the cargo door as well. But you can see you have a good amount of space back there, and then you can use the remote. If you hit it twice, then the door closes like that. If the seats were up, you can put the seats down by pulling this lever on this side and pulling this lever. So that will put the seats down automatically by gravity, really. You unlock that and then the seats go down. And then you have your, you have both a storage space and space for the spare tire under there. And then you have some tie downs here to hold your stuff. And then this car doesn't have it, but from the looks of this, I believe there's some kind of cargo cover that normally covers this cargo area that kind of goes into those slots, but it's not there right now. As I mentioned before, out the door, this car is $48,345. Your base price is $43,600. That again is for the Envision all-wheel drive Premium 2. Which is the top of the line model. You got the 2-liter turbo dual overhead cam 4-cylinder engine, and then this car has some options. It adds $1,545 for the driver confidence package, which is adaptive cruise control, forward automatic braking, and surround vision. Then your panoramic moonroof up here, which is very nice and very big. That's $1,495. That lovely satin steel gray metallic you saw outside is $395. Roof rails $255. Wheel lock $60. And so option total is about $3,750. Everything else is included again because this is the Premium 2 model, which is the top of the line. So that gets you all of the options other than those ones that I just said, the adaptive cruise control and some of those other things. Okay, so now I want to talk about the driving experience and what it's really like to live with the Buick Envision. I really, really like this car. I really like driving it. It's very comfortable. It's very quick and sporty. And especially, it's very quiet. So we've got a 2-liter dual overhead cam turbocharged engine with all-wheel drive, and it makes it, you know, it's not fast, but it's quick. It's quick to accelerate. When you do that, it's quick to get on the freeway. It's quick from traffic lights and things like that. It really has a nice amount of power compared to the size and weight of the car. And I'm going to turn up the air a little bit because it's 110 outside here in Palm Springs. So you get, as I've been saying, the thing that I love about this is you really get affordable luxury. This Envision is $50,000 bucks, $49,000, whatever, but you get the full range of all the cool luxury technology, adaptive cruise control, and you know, the hands-free rear tailgate and all those little things, and then of course the full suite of, you know, safety technology and lane keeping assist and cross traffic alert and blind spot monitoring, etc., etc., etc. So you really get all that, but you get it in a fun to drive car. The other thing I wanted to talk about a little bit is Buick's quiet tuning. Quiet cars are a big deal to me. I hate cars that, you know, are so-called luxury cars or expensive cars, and when you drive them on the freeway, they're so loud with the road noise and wind noise and things like that. So Buick's quiet tuning means that you get a really nice, quiet experience. It means that the cars have acoustically laminated glass. They have special insulation around the tire wells and things like that to really quiet the road noise. And I believe they might have that acoustic thing where it, you know, like noise canceling headphones, where it offsets whatever noise that you have. So you really have a nice luxury experience because of all those things at a good price, which again is what Buick is all about. And I find that with every Buick I drive, that you really get affordable luxury and a nice driving experience. I've driven a bunch of different Buicks if you watch my other videos, and I'm a big fan of what they're doing. Last thing I wanted to talk about, something I always talk about in my reviews, is where cars are made, because that fascinates me. You know, this is a global world, and cars that you think are American are sometimes made in other places. And if they're not assembled in other places, sometimes the components are made in other places. Just had the Cadillac XT5. The transmission for that is made in Japan. Just had the Corvette Grand Sport. The transmission for that car is made in Mexico. So this Buick, interestingly, is designed and engineered and styled in the US, but this car is built in China. The engine is made in China. Oh, just went over a tumbleweed. The engine is made in China. The transmission is made in China. And this car is assembled in China. It's not assembled in the US. So it's pretty much a completely Chinese car, which is surprising and something I don't think you would expect with a Buick being such a hallowed American brand name. Anyhow, that was something that was interesting to me. I mean, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't change the quality of the car. It doesn't change how nice it drives and the luxury experience and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure it makes it cheaper is one thing it does. So you have a car that the engine's made in China, transmission's made in China, and the car is assembled in China. Again, it's designed and engineered and styled in the US. But that was something interesting about the Envision. So I think that does it for my review. As I said before, hey, please subscribe to my channel. Great luxury car and luxury travel content for you guys. New videos every couple of days. And you can read more about my experience with the Buick Envision at luxuryfred.com. Follow me on social media at luxuryfred, and my new automotive Instagram feed, which is at drivewithfred. And thank you very, very much for watching.